Today is April 15th. It's Wednesday. This is the Zoning Board of Appeals. Michael's on. I don't know if the camera's on or not. Maybe. We are going to have a little bit of an issue today. We are one short on the ZBA. And for one of the applications, in particular 23 Mill Street, Mr. Gibbons has a conflict.
Yep.
So he's got to recuse himself, and you need 4 to give you a variance. So what we would like to do is open the hearing and continue it until our next meeting.
Which is when?
Which will be
May 20th.
May 20th.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do I have a choice?
So why don't we go ahead and do that? I'll read the notice.
May 27 to 15.
Yes, you're right.
Did you say May 20th?
Mm-hmm.
You're right. Pepsi is first.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to continue the public hearing from March 18th, which was an application for variance from or for PepsiCo at 11 Copeland Drive. Do we have Pepsi here?
The sign company.
It's sign company, yes. Come on up. You want to have a seat?
Yeah.
Yep.
Let's see. Somebody like a copy of what we're talking about?
That'd be great.
Yeah. It should be in your packet.
Oh, yeah.
too.
Oh, is
Yeah.
it?
I didn't print out my packet.
Save that page.
Thank you. Thank you.
And one more.
Yeah, thanks.
Read the legal notice last time, so we can do that.
That's not really there.
Uh,
It's one of those faces.
why don't you, I think I've read through this.
Okay.
Why don't you let us know kind of generally
What's going
what
on?
happened and what the situation is.
So we're contracted by Epic Enterprises to put up those 2 new Pepsi signs up there on Route 2A. That you see the light, big bright blue ones there. The bylaw calls for 10 feet from the lot line.
Are you?
I'm Ken Duval from Duval Sign. We're the sign
okay.
contractor,
Okay,
yes.
sign contractor.
Okay, just to be clear. Thanks, yeah. So I'm here on their behalf and everybody's behalf to, see what we can do here. So we put the signs in. We used the curb location as the lot line. Handed in the proposal to Gabe. And, we proceeded with putting them in. Come to find out they're actually, if you look on the last page of the last 2 pages, the far one, I'm not sure which order, it should be the one that's further down, Private Kaufman Way there. To the edge of the sign, not the post of the sign, but to the edge of the sign, it's 8.1 feet. So it's 1 foot 11 inches shy of where it should be. And on the one that's closer to the pizza place there, closer to Copeland, it's only 4.5 feet from the lot line. That being said, go back to the first one, the side of the sign is 10 feet from where the curb lies, and the post is 14 feet from the curb, and the one on Copeland is actually it's 10.5 feet from where the curb lies. And it's really 12 feet from where the curb, if it kept going straight, would be. So it kind of curves down there, so that's what we use, and it ends up as non-compliant. So we're here to request a variance for that, so that we can close this up if we may. So thanks for your time.
So it needs to be 10 feet, right?
Right.
From the property line.
And is it the edge of the sign or the
The post?
the post needs to be 10 feet?
It's the edge,
It's the edge.
according to Gabe.
Okay. And how did you calculate it?
Curb,
The curb to the post?
edge of the sign.
Right. The
Yeah.
curb's not the property line. That's
The
the issue.
curb is not. Okay. Because
Yeah.
it does that funny.
Yes. That's some funny stuff.
Yeah, and we go online and look at the accessible maps that are, on the zoning, and, for all intent and purposes, it appeared to be within the curb line area. In some cases, the lot line's further out, some cases it's further in. It's just, it's not 100% of the time we need to get a survey a land survey for post, or pylon signs, so,
So you submitted an application,
mhm.
is that correct?
Yes.
And then what was the timeline between the application and the erection?
29 days, roughly,
Okay. And
I believe. I'm not positive on that, but
in
about a month.
that time, did you hear back from Gabe?
We submitted the application. I had 2 preliminary meetings with him, and in order so we could have all the information for him, so we set up two prelims, and then on the third one, he had said, "Oh, it looks good. It looks good. I'll have this for you in a few days." We proceeded with fabrication, ordering the signs, and it was almost a month. And we had the forms in, and we had the holes dug, and then he had called me about the copy on the sign, what was actually going to be written on it. And I had said, the holes are dug, but that really doesn't matter because we can change what it says, fairly easily. And so I said, can I put the forms in verbally on the phone? He said, yeah, go ahead, but, you might have to change the sign. So that's all right. Because that's not a big deal. That's the last thing we do, actually, is put the vinyl on the sign to make the copy of what it looks like.
So at what point did you realize you had a problem?
When I received the land survey from David Ross and Associates, which is the fat lady, so to speak.
Yeah, absolutely, yep.
Yeah.
And now there wouldn't, there's no reason why the signs couldn't have been put in the correct locations, right? Is there?
Nope.
Any-
Nope. There's no reason. There's nothing. Yeah, there used to be a diner in the one where Copeland is, and it's there's nothing in the way on the private drive either. Moving them would be a financial burden and difficult for us to do, which would be put on us. It would basically be redoing all of that again, the forms and things like that. So
I'm wondering why you didn't wait for, like, the written
yeah.
go-ahead.
Yeah, I would say there were 2 things. We'd been working on the project, I think, for a year and a half, so we were anxious to get it in. And also, it was like December 23rd when we put it in, so we wanted to get it in before the snow hit. And I kind of relied on Gabe's verbal conversation, which I probably shouldn't have, but, to be frank. But, we put it in,
And then, so, who discovered that they were not?
Well, you had the survey.
yeah.
You received the survey,
Ga-
so you
yeah.
must have told Gabe.
Gabe called me
Oh.
after they went up, and he said, wow, those look awfully close. You need to get them surveyed to see if they're in compliance. And I said, okay. So I asked for an extension on the permit at that point, which he granted.
Okay.
And then we went and proceeded with David Ross when the weather was better, and then he finally was able to do the survey, because it was all the snow, of course. And then when we got the survey, that was when we found out, and we scheduled the March hearing, but I was out of the country, so we got the extension until today.
What would be the financial burden?
It would be it would be probably about 20,000, if not a little more.
And now with the posts in both sides are set back 10 feet?
Well, if you look at the survey, let's see, the posts themselves. So the post on the farther one down on Kaufman Way, that would be set back,
about 12
it'd be 12.1, yeah. And then the one there would be 4.5, so it would be 9.5, the post.
Yep.
And there's nowhere in the bylaw that stipulates the edge of the sign is the thing or the post. It's just, that was a verbal I got from Gabe.
Yep.
And I just went on that.
And again, it's the edge of the sign.
That Gabe is using, yes. Yes.
Could you move the sign instead of being centered? Is there any way to move it so that it hangs from?
But even if it did, it's still, at least in the case of the one by Copeland,
Just one.
but even if you slid it all the way to the end, still, the sign itself is still only gonna be at 9.5 feet, even if he, somehow put it right on the edge of the post.
Right.
It also wouldn't confirm with engineering specs, so it would be unsafe.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, which is what we don't want it to be. That's
And
number one.
I asked myself why we have the requirement to begin with. And I think the idea is to keep your sign away from your neighbor. In this case, you're on the street,
Right.
So I don't think the impact is that huge. So I'm not too concerned about this myself.
Likewise.
What do you think?
I agree with you. I just, I'm just a little disappointed that, you know, that you didn't wait
Mhm.
for the final the final typed up go-ahead.
Mhm.
I mean, I understand that, I have a background in construction, I get it.
Mhm.
I mean, you gotta move when you gotta move.
Mhm.
And if you have pressure sometimes from, the client, I just feel like it was avoidable.
Mhm.
And we have the bylaws for a reason.
Mhm.
Regardless whether or not they're in general business or, we have them because because we determined as a community that we don't want signs right on the edge of the road. That it looks better to have them back, or maybe it's a safety issue, or,
Absolutely.
and it is clearly, to me, the fault of just not waiting.
Right. I mean,
It's
it's not ideal to be awarding these things after the fact. You're right.
right.
Yeah.
I mean, because then I feel like it sort of opens up to being like, hey,
That
there's a
becomes the
town
norm.
where you can put stuff up and get a permit later.
Mhm.
And that's really what I feel like has been the norm.
Gotcha.
And
Well, I hope.
although I do recognize the financial burden
Mhm.
that this is, and that's what you have to prove.
Yes,
Yeah.
and I mean, I think Gabe had a part to play in this, it sounds
Yes,
like. There was some
that's part of-
miscommunication.
Right.
And that's been, that's been the exception lately. We've had some pretty good luck.
Yeah.
We've done several jobs with him, and it would be the exception as well
Yeah.
in this case for us, our experience with him as well.
Mm.
So,
And I do, as far as, I mean, you're not getting the setbacks from the property line as the bylaw dictates, but you are essentially getting a pretty close setback from the curb.
mhm.
Silver lining.
Yeah. I mean, they're not unattractive.
Signs
they-
themselves they comply. They comply.
Yeah,
You
they
know.
look nice.
Right.
People, drive by them every day, they look pretty good. Thoughts?
Is the zoning bylaw clear about the center post of the sign being?
I
That's
don't-
the reference for the, I'm sorry, I didn't bring it with me, I thought I had it.
We'll take a look.
Section 7.
Wait,
Signs,
7.
page 100. This is this considered downtown, general business, correct? Is this general business district? It's not downtown business district, right?
No, it's not that.
It's general business district.
Max behind the door.
support document.
Yeah, it's general business. Business sign for commercial. Size, height, height. Yeah. Minimum setback.
But it doesn't specify that that's the center post of the edge of the sign, does it?
It doesn't.
No, I didn't really get
So,
it.
while we're writing the bylaw.
The new one might.
Well, my other thought was, as one who lives on a street where wayward trucks go down and narrowly miss my house, and just recently took out the street signs and I'm all for the best marking possible for large tractor-trailer trucks to. So in a way that even though we might interpret the thing that the sign was not properly placed and all the other things about not waiting, I mean, that certainly should be. The visibility issue is served by having the sign outside of the, and that's very good for large trucks, especially driven by people who don't normally drive in this area.
Right.
If I can add, that was the reason.
So there is
Yeah.
some benefit to this.
Yeah. And that was the reason for the contract, was they wanted to prevent trucks from going onto the office and
Yeah.
turning around and getting stuck. And
So my personal,
You're right, it doesn't define that is from the edge of the sign.
that's,
How do we know that then?
We guess. We can go either
We
way.
make a
it
determination.
seems to make sense, but it should be the edge of the sign, but
Should be the edge of the
it should be more clear, I would,
Yeah.
any type of point of reference.
Ron, you always have such good points and questions.
I would agree, doing this for such a long time, that the edge would make sense for the simple fact of a trailer going by it and clipping it.
Yeah.
So you would want to use that.
So, that's all I have.
So, you okay?
Yeah,
Okay. I'll
because
entertain
of
it.
that.
Okay. I'll entertain a motion to grant the application for a variance from Epic.
I second.
Uh,
Or would you like the initial motion?
You can do the initial motion.
I would motion to accept the application for variance for Epic Signs, 11 Copeland Drive.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any nays? Great. You got it.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
So we'll write that up and you're gonna file it with the clerk. We'll do a 20-day appeal. And then, after that, I'll notify you, you can come get the paperwork for Dave.
Great,
I'll let him know too tomorrow.
great.
All right,
Thanks again.
thanks.
Thanks.
Thank you.
All right, it's just after 7:15. We're going to open the, we are going to open the public hearing for 23 Mill Street. As soon as I find the legal notice.
Where is Middle Street? Where's that?
It's,
Right here, inside the yard of the Moore Company, the lumber company,
Oh, that's right.
yeah, it's kind of
Oh,
a,
yeah.
right in the
Right.
right in the middle between the warehouse and the yard.
All right,
Yeah, it's,
this is the public notice, as was printed in the Public Spirit on March 27th and April 3rd. Town of Ayer Zoning Board of Appeals, public hearing notice. The Ayer ZBA, Zoning Board of Appeals, will conduct a public hearing at 7:15 PM on Wednesday, April 15th, 2015, at the Ayer Town Hall, located at 1 Main Street, Ayer, Mass. 01432, regarding the application by Capstone General Contracting for owner Thomas Wilson, 23 Mill Street, Ayer, Mass. 01432. The applicant seeks a finding and/or variance to allow replacement of a pre-existing non-conforming structure destroyed by fire with a new structure in accordance with Ayer zoning bylaw 2006 4.3.3. Now, I looked at this application.
Jeremy, just before we get going, I do need to recuse myself.
Yes,
I'm in a
yeah.
hurry.
Yes. So that leaves us with 3. And now, if we were able to do this with a finding, that wouldn't be a problem. We could do it with 3. A simple majority is all we need for a finding. But in this situation, you need a variance because you're basically abandoning the old footprint and doing an entirely new building. And we're going to need 4 people. So we're going to continue this hearing until our next meeting,
So,
which is going to be on May 20th, right? Is that right, Carol?
May 20th.
May 20th, 2015. We'll do that at first thing, 7 PM. All right, but we apologize.
it's,
We are looking for alternates. if anyone out there lives in Ayer and would like to volunteer, we,
We're missing, another member too tonight. for
and yes, we have
business.
one member who's traveling.
I can wait, the issue is, does the house being destroyed by a fire makes any difference as far as the 2-year rule? Does that make any difference as far as being destroyed by fire?
The only benefit you would get because of the fire really is if you were to replace the structure using exactly the same footprint, and then you can
Yeah.
do that by right.
We actually improved it if you looked at the...
Yes, I did look at it,
Yeah.
and we can discuss it next time. I think it's, it's a non-conforming lot,
Correct,
but it makes sense. It makes sense what you're doing.
okay.
We can talk about it more. That's fine.
Yeah, it's just going one extra month for him. He's been waiting for 2.5 months as far as, not on the city, not on the town, but as far as what happened with the insurance company. and
Right.
All
Right.
that delay, so.
So we apologize again, and we'll see you in a month.
Do you want me to wait if somebody else would volunteer?
he-
I mean, I could wait if there is other hearing in here. I'm here.
Well, let's see, we need in order to continue, we need to give it a date certain.
Sure, that's
And
fine.
we're not expecting another member.
I understand.
We're hoping.
Right.
So we'll go ahead and just set it for the 20th, all right?
That's fine.
Thanks for coming in,
No problem.
and we'll see you next time.
Is there anything I need to bring besides what we've already applied for? Anything that you would?
I think you're all set. There was an error on your application. The lot is in zone downtown business, not general residence. So it's just a typo. On the application itself, you checked general
I see.
residence. It's actually, you're in much better shape. Downtown business doesn't have any setback requirements,
Correct.
really. And you're in better shape as far as dimensions. So that's good.
Okay.
All right?
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
No problem. Have a good night.
Good night. Next, we're going to invite Mr. Alan Rogers up for Pierce Avenue.
Where's Pierce Avenue?
It's back there. It kind of hides.
Do you have a map? Do you have a big map? So I can-
Let's look in the picture of the zoning map.
So I don't even know where Calvin Street is. Oh, Snake Hill. Oh, yeah, I do know where Calvin Street is.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You got it?
Is like the Rod and Gun Club like over here somewhere?
Yeah.
Up the street, right?
Like, is
Yeah.
it like over here somewhere? Or
Yeah, it's
in
over.
here?
It's down here.
Further down.
Yeah, exactly, like down Snake Hill further, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, I know where it is.
All right, let's see. Got some pictures. For Pierce. It's
Okay,
your
then.
show.
Let me explain. This is my son, David,
How you doing?
Nice to meet you.
and he's living in what used to be, I think have been calling it, our Ross Associates has been helping us, and we're now calling it the Barn House. Anyway, the Barn House was built, we think, in the 1950s, and in 1974 was converted into a residence for my wife's parents, who lived there for many years until they passed, and then my wife's sister lived there for many years until she moved into Groton, and now my son's been living there how many years now?
About 8 years.
We want to improve the house. It's very small. Yeah, there's
you
a
gotta
picture
flip
of
it.
it. Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, I have another copy.
I think you
Here's
can
a-
left click it.
Or you can pass this around.
On this side? I don't know if it's the same.
Well, we try. We can all. I bet we could turn the.
Yeah.
Turn the monitor.
Or you can,
Oh, yeah.
or you can just pass this
Oh, no, look,
around.
what's on the right?
That's that's the system. I think if I hit that, something terrible's gonna happen.
Yeah, if
But
want
you
to
get the
pass
idea.
it.
I've been up there. I've seen it. I've walked up there.
So
Okay.
we started on this some time back, thinking that we could divide the property, and we went to the planning board, and we have no frontage. And so we then, basically, after talking with Gabe a lot, you know, we said, well, you have to go to the
Yes.
ZBA, and in the meantime, we've actually hired an architect, but we need guidance, because we don't really know what the ground rules are. The architect is possibly looking at taking the existing structure down, building something completely new that's better insulated and meets all the new codes. But, you know, we don't want to have her do all of that and then find that, you know, that we can't do that. So we need guidance as to, you know, what we could do. The original, I think in the paperwork here, I think it's actually up here. Originally, we didn't really know about the zoning business, and this was all signed off as a dwelling by the building
Yes.
inspector in 74 and so on.
And that, I think, you know, the zoning bylaw came into existence around 72, I think. The zoning bylaw would not allow 2 dwellings on one parcel, and also would not allow a dwelling that's so small. 750 square feet is the minimum. So yeah, you're out of conformance for the lot and the structure. You got any feedback, Ron? I mean, this is well, the idea of, I think you would probably not be wise to tear it down. Once you tear it down, the zoning bylaw does not allow you to replace it, or to even make it larger. So that's my opinion.
Because of frontage?
No, this number one, you can't have 2 dwellings on one lot like you do here.
What would constitute a complete tear down? I mean,
Good question.
Just curious.
We're a relatively new board. Ron's been here for a while. There are, now I'm told there are situations where, you know, you leave one structural member in place, and that's.
Caught fire. No, don't say
That is a question for a attorney. I just going by the zoning bylaw, I think the situation is pretty clear. I think you can get away with renovating it.
What about height restrictions? Are there
There are some.
on renovations?
The, again, the way the bylaw, I'll read
There are zoning
the way the bylaw reads. Let's see. I can read it.
You own 18, so 18
Yes,
acres?
that's right. That's correct.
16 of which is in,
Some of that's in forestry. If you're looking at the
Yes.
forestry plan.
So when we're saying that you can't build a second home in one lot,
On one lot, right. We
Right,
can't have
we
2
can't.
structures.
We
Separate
can't,
the
we
lots
can't
because there's no
subdivide.
frontage.
We have no frontage.
oh, you can't separate.
Yes, can't separate the lots either. Yeah, they're, it's, I mean, what you have is, illegal. But you have it, so, and you have a building, you know.
So it exists.
It exists. So the idea of fix it up, it works for us, but don't enlarge it, don't make it taller.
Well, what does it say for?
I'm going to read non-conform, this is 4.3, 4.3.2, except as in hereafter provided. This zoning bylaw shall not apply to structures or uses lawfully in existence or lawfully begun, or to a building or special permit issued before the first publication of the bylaw, but shall apply to any change or substantial extension of such use to a building or special permit issued after the first notice of said public hearing, to any reconstruction, extension, or structural change of such structure, and to any alteration of a structure begun after the first notice of blah, 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 provide for its use for a substantially different purpose where alteration, reconstruction, extension, or structural change to a single or two-family residential structures does not increase the non-conforming nature of said structures.
That's the
It's
solar.
pretty non-conforming.
So you don't want to increase that.
Well, this is open to interpretation by us.
It's not close.
I mean, that's really the reason why we're coming to
Yes,
the...
that's
to
exactly
you.
right. And part of me says, if you made it bigger, it would be, you would actually alleviate one of your non-compliance issues because it's too small.
Yes, there you go. And David could get his own washing machine.
Yeah, I'm not,
He's going
not looking at building.
He's
up
close to the
extension.
sewer, and he would connect to the sewer.
Okay.
We're actually quite a bit further
All right.
away and have not connected to the sewer. We actually paid for the sewer to come all the way up the top of what we thought was a
All
street,
right.
but it's not really.
It's not a pub.
Google thinks it's a street, but the town of Ayer apparently doesn't.
I'm confused. Where is this other structure on this lot?
There's two
What's
structures.
this?
Uh,
Okay,
That's
so
the little one we're
structure in
looking at.
question is this.
Yes, right.
Yeah, the smaller.
And it was converted to a dwelling in 1974.
This is the lot.
This is, there are three lots, two lots? Or is it?
No, the
it's
whole
all
thing is
one
one lot, 18 acres, round number.
So if we look at 4.3.3D,
Yes. Now, at that point, we're talking about pre-existing non-conforming structures at that point, and that's not what we're talking about here.
we're not
No. I don't think, because the use,
Because there's two dwellings, not the one lot.
yes, but that was not, the use came into play after the zoning bylaw was established. So it's not a pre-existing non-conforming use.
But if we offer relief, we don't want to make the use more non-conforming.
Yes, you're right. Now,
So, yeah, we're stuck with that.
But the town agreed that it would be
You're
a
right.
dwelling in 1974.
you're
I
right,
have
the
it in
the
my
town did,
paperwork.
yes.
right.
Now,
So that's why I'm wondering if 4.3.3D.
and you're right, you're absolutely right. We could easily decide here that we could grant a variance, and
We'd have to advertise and stuff, right?
yes, we'd have to start an application process. But,
I mean, I'm just thinking, because, I mean, there's so much acreage.
Yes.
You know what, I mean, if this were like a neighborhood,
yes, I agree with that.
I
Yeah,
would
it's-
feel like, hey, you've got what you've got, you know? But there's just so much space, and it just seems a little bit, you know, and a lot of it is in, you said chapter 61, which is really nice, I mean, we all like that.
Yes,
Um,
absolutely, yeah.
And it's just kind of a shame to, you know, to have to keep it, like, you know. I mean,
Yes,
just
you're
looking at, like, the
right.
impact.
I think, we have hearts here, and
Just because it
it
says.
doesn't look like the most attractive place.
Right, will not be substantially more detrimental to the neighborhood
Yes.
than the existing non-conforming structure.
That is our job, yep. We
I
get
think
to
it'll look
determine that.
nicer when it's done.
Oh,
That's what I was thinking.
Now,
It
do
would-
you, I'm sorry to interrupt, do you have any idea of what your neighbors might think?
I'm sure they'll be in favor. I can't imagine there'll be any.
Because I remember, I went up there, one of your neighbors built a rather large garage,
Yes,
right?
sir.
Yeah,
Right? Did you ever work that out? That was close to the property line?
we
or-
never complained about it.
No,
No
that's
complaints.
good. Then I'm sure they won't complain about this. I agree with Krista. That I guess I could see you changing this building. It's already a dwelling.
Right, if it weren't a dwelling, if it weren't already, so are taxes paid on it as a dwelling?
Right. Well, the tax, right now,
Yeah.
David has a separate address,
Yeah.
but it's all on one tax bill at the moment.
Property
It's
bill.
included in the current assessment.
I guess that would be interesting to look at, or consider.
Yeah, I would expect the assessment might well go up.
Yep.
Definitely. I wouldn't,
It's true.
Yeah,
we're not,
right.
we feel that's
Oh,
probably
and you
gonna
did say, and I understand this, the sewer utility, you can connect to this building, but not your own house, which is.
Well, we could, to connect our
ultimately.
building is very expensive because we'd have to go through rock, and it's about an additional 300 to 400 feet, I think. And we bought the sewer right up to what we feel is the end of Pierce Avenue, which is right at the utility transformer pole, which serves the neighbors.
Okay.
And we brought the sewerage up to that point. We did not connect it to either house, but I'm sure that Dave would agree, Mike, sorry, would agree, that it's not a big engineering job to get from where that sewer is now to connect to David's
They
place.
just run its gravity lines.
Well, I guess what you're looking for, and I'm looking at Ron's face, trying to gauge what he's thinking.
But such change, extension, or alteration will not be substantially more detrimental to the neighborhood than the existing non-conforming structure and/or use. Such change or alteration will not extend any closer to any front, side, or rear property boundary,
Which it would not.
which it would not, right?
Well, yeah, if we go up, we basically
You
put
go
the
up,
same
you tear
footprint.
down what's there and you go up.
Go up.
On the
I mean,
same.
I think that's,
It would still be in conformance if they expanded it. It would still be in conformance
Right.
with setback.
Because you're not close to the property line.
Correct.
we're a little
Oh,
more
yes,
than
we're quite-
100 feet
Quite a ways.
from the
Yeah, so
property.
you wouldn't be any closer to any property, you wouldn't
Right.
be going over.
The major nonconformity for the structure is the size. And again,
Correct.
if you're going to increase the size, then 750 square feet is the goal. You wouldn't want less than that.
Come measure.
Ron, where's your head going on this? It's the kind of thing.
So what is the zone, what is the
What
zone area here?
it looks like it's split,
It's,
almost split.
there's a Ross drawing that Ross Associates did on the second
Yeah.
page.
Look at that. It's like, it's A2, and then their property actually gets split into A1, but their residents are within A2.
So two-family houses.
Which actually allows you to
It's
be
essentially
tighter. A2, I think, allows you to be tighter to one
Yeah.
another.
So I'm trying to go back to when they probably viewed this as a two-family house and separate
Structures.
structures.
Yes.
All I'm going through this is because we have to be consistent as much as possible.
Yes.
You know, we can't quite cut deals for
Yeah.
people, you know, we have to provide relief when it's justified, when there's no other way.
Well, one thing that they can do by right, which is one of the options, non-attractive options, is to keep the structure and renovate it. I think they can do that by right, as long as they don't increase any nonconformity.
Right, okay, so that's.
That's option A.
That's the intent here, I guess.
Well, the intent is to do something a little bit more dramatic, is to tear down the structure and build a larger one that's more comfortable.
Well, I think it's
But no-
partly that and the fact that the way that the architect has looked carefully at the building is that in order to get the good insulation and everything, the existing structure has a sloping roof, so that it's very low at the walls, and that makes it makes it more difficult to get the good insulation.
Absolutely, yeah.
We had looked at the possibility, which I guess I can raise with you, I think it's not the one which we like the best, was the existing structure, if you define it as a whole, size of it, half of it right now, or a third of it anyway, is a garage. And that we would then make the whole thing into a residence and then dwelling, and then build a separate garage adjoining it. Ideally, actually, part of it, if you will, but it would be separate. So right now, you see, we don't even have, David doesn't even have all that as living space.
Right.
So you want to go ahead with a two-story structure?
Well, that's,
Well, that's probably the
I
most,
mean, right now, we don't have an application.
Right.
no,
No,
well, look,
So
just
we're
discussion.
trying to
He's
see
trying to guess where
what
we'd
to
go
do,
in the case of an
because
application.
We have to go through your neighbors.
Right.
right,
Yes, of course.
right, no, I understand. And, once we got some guidance, then we would give a go-ahead to our architect. But we don't want to, we don't feel we should invest in, three or four different possibilities to bring to you.
Is an option to increase the size of your home?
We have not considered that.
No.
Well, it's not that straightforward either. I mean, we also have a house that has this
drop-off ledge.
drop-off, so the only way you can expand our house would be to go up, because everything gets too low, or you make some kind of very complicated roof that's going to be a big problem.
Do you want septic right now?
Yes.
Yes.
So if they
Both
increase the
are.
bedrooms, I mean, that could be an issue with septic.
I can't see, and reading the bylaw and trying to be consistent across the board, I can't, again, I cannot see in replacing the structure, I don't think you are impacting the neighborhood in a negative way. I also think that you have a large amount of open space as part of your property. I don't know what your long-term plans are for that, but that is a asset to the community, and we like that too. So I guess I personally would be inclined to be open-minded about an application for a variance myself.
I would be open-minded to that as well.
Likewise.
3 out of 4 ain't bad.
Without seeing exactly.
Right.
Yeah, actually, I think
Understood.
a site visit would
It's
probably be
not an
great.
approval, it's just we open.
Oh, yes, of course.
Yeah.
And I don't even, you don't have any conservation issues or any wetlands, any...
Well, there are some wetlands, but they're indicated on, I think, on both drawings,
Okay.
actually.
Yeah, they're all the way back.
You can see them on the...
Yeah, would they need to go to the Conservation Commission? or anything?
They might need to go to
Yeah.
conservation. It's not for us to say.
Okay.
So does that help? We
So-
have,
So,
we are missing one member as well. You would need 4 votes to get a variance to do this. But I think it's worth a shot.
So, in order to get the variance, what are the next steps? I know it has to be advertised and so on.
Yes, you have to fill out the application form.
If you want to come see me tomorrow, we're here from 8 to 4. I can give you all the paperwork and explain kind of the process.
Okay. Very good.
All right?
Okay.
Thanks for coming in.
Thank you,
Okay,
guys.
thanks.
It is, there's a lot of land back there.
I think you raised a good point, Chris, that there are no cameras. I mean,
Right, it's in the
It was a
woods.
small space and I.
I'm 102 feet from the existing now, that
Right.
doesn't mean it's going to stay that way, but right.
Who owns 18 acres again? How many people?
We are going to go on to, let's see, that was Mr. Rogers. We're going to talk next about the Wendy's rebuild project. We have Bowler Engineering, maybe Tom Gibbons. Good evening.
Good evening, board members. My name's Tom Gibbons, and I represent Wendy's International, Inc. And Josh Swirling is here with me from Bowler Engineering. He also represents Wendy's. They own 2 Bonham Road in Ayer, which we all know is the Wendy's restaurant down at the Rotary. So we appreciate your time tonight. We're here informally, just to get a little bit of guidance. So what their plan is to demolish the existing building and build a new Wendy's restaurant. We do have some renderings that will help you see that. But the big question becomes some of the current nonconformances and some of the proposed nonconformances. Should we do that as a finding or a variance? And if we do it as a variance, I was hoping to get a general feel from the board. I mean, the difference here is this isn't a raw piece of land that we're coming in and asking for variances. It's a use that's been there since '85. There is a zoning decision from 1985 that related to some of the parking conditions that are down there now. So I just wanted to run through what we believe would be looking at. And one is that the parking stalls would be asking for 9 by 20. 10 by 20 is required. I know that most of the time we come in and ask for 9 by 18, we'd be asking for 9 by 20. Parking.
Where are they now?
They are 9 by 20 right now. You know, there wasn't a variance for that in '85. Now, I don't have the '85 bylaw, so I don't know whether or not.
I researched that. The parking's actually okay, the parking spot, because at the time, we had not implemented the restrictions to the parking space. So the parking, I
So
consider
it
that.
conformed at that time.
We could do a finding on that.
We could do a finding on that, okay.
Jeremy, I have a note that you had done on this, so. I'm gonna-
Okay, yes, okay, great. I was looking for that.
So a finding on the 9 by 20.
So,
Now, the parking setback, we're actually going to improve what's there, and as I say, there was a variance for the
Yes.
setbacks
I've got,
currently.
let's see, I've got documents from the zoning board of appeals. I have something that looks like it was request for finding from Wendy's from 1985. I think we're pretty good for setbacks. Do you have the same documents? I can give you copies.
I do, yes, yeah. So it looks like the setback at the time was 5, and now we're 8 feet. But at any rate, so the setback, and again, this we could do as a finding or a variance, whatever you're inclined to suggest. But since it's already, technically, it's not a pre-existing non-conforming setback because there was a variance previously, so we could ask for the variance. And as I say, hopefully, since this is an existing use and replacing what's there, the board would be more inclined than if it was coming in with a brand-new use on that lot.
That seems reasonable.
But along the Harvard Road, we would have 2.7 feet of setback.
Let me clarify too, so I guess the variance was for 5 feet, but what was actually constructed is 0 along Harvard. We have a survey and an overlay showing that the parking never quite met that 5.
You know, in reading that, it could be, Jeremy, and I'm guessing that 5 feet was required. When I read this, to allow parking within 5 feet of the property line, so it seems to me that maybe 5 feet was required, and they said within it, and in fact it was 0, rather than saying we'd like to be 0. But so along the Harvard Road, currently it's 0. The proposal would be 2.7. Along Bonham Road, currently it's a 0 setback. The proposal would be 4.5 feet. And then along the cemetery, it's currently 6.7 feet. We'd be looking at 6.8 feet. So where this was a variance before, would the board prefer me to come in with a new variance request rather than a finding of a...
I think that's the cleanest way to do it, and I think you're right. I don't think we'd have a problem. Especially, it sounds like you're getting better.
We're getting a little bit better,
A
right?
little bit better, yeah. All right.
Are there any concerns at all that we should be cognizant of regarding the variance of those types of requests for the parking?
Any other, generally the parking spots, I don't really like it when people come in here and preach industry standards, but the new bylaw, the proposed zoning bylaw uses a more standard parking spot. Ours is not kind of old. So that's fine. And the setbacks, I think, it looks like you did a good job back in '85, so it shouldn't be a
Good.
problem.
Now, technically, the parking setback in the front setback area is supposed to be 30 feet, but we'll cover it with both.
Okay.
And then total number of spots. So the total number of spots we believe that are required are 44. Now, we're proposing 46, and you might say, well, why are you proposing more than what we think is required? They don't have a copy of this, do they?
No.
Okay,
I
isn't
can
it?
walk them through the creative math, though, that we,
Yeah, I only have one copy, but I'll show you how they calculated the parking there. And correct me if I'm wrong, but, so it's two spaces per 4 restaurant seats, plus 1 for each 300 gross square feet of kitchen area. So under that, we figure we need 3.3 spaces for the kitchen area, 37.5 spaces for the interior seats. There's going to be 12 patio exterior seats. That would require 6 spaces. And that calculation brings us up to 46.8.
How many do you have now?
61.
yeah.
You're actually decreasing the amount.
Right. And I don't think there's really a need for 61 down there. I eat lunch there, probably one of the busiest times, and I've never seen all the spaces taken up.
Required, they're gonna add
That's existing, right? Parking, because we're not going to have parking around the building.
They were gonna do
Yeah.
46.
They can fit in 46.
You can fit in
That's
46?
an
They
overlap.
currently have 60,
We can fit 46, yeah.
right? I mean,
Yeah,
that's-
currently 61, but you know what, there's a lot of parking around the building, which will be eliminated,
Yeah.
which
Yeah,
is probably a safer
it's a good
arrangement.
thing.
If you have a park against the building
You
now,
can't park if there's,
Can't get
you know, there are
Right.
pole things, like nobody
Right.
can back.
Can't get
out.
out, yeah.
You're stuck
Yeah,
in the
you're
queue.
stuck at Wendy's.
Especially with
Yeah.
the drive-through
On
on
a day.
Right.
Yeah.
so, but the reason we come up with 44 is that we're reducing the patio spaces, the required spaces for the patio by 3, because it's only a seasonal space.
So we're saying 50% of the required number for the patio gives us only 3 required for the patio instead of 6. Just some tables.
Exterior, outside seating.
Seasonal.
Seasonal, yeah.
It's to be
I think it's.
created.
see right in
Oh, it's
front.
not, it
Oh,
doesn't
no.
exist now.
No, right, does not exist now.
Oh. Okay.
So if,
And just to add, you've got some funky parking spaces there along the building you kind of park uphill, and you're going to correct that?
Yes, so right
Grading
now,
issues.
this is like a 10% slope, which when we did we did a staff review meeting, and fire indicated that they've actually had to pull some vehicles that have gone over
I was gonna
the
say, I
edge
drive a
there.
5-speed, and if you don't set it in gear, you just put your emergency brake, you get nervous.
Yeah, so we're gonna,
Just,
we're proposing to flatten that out some, put in a new retaining wall and a new guide rail, to hopefully prevent people from doing that.
So you're gonna bring up the grade in that side?
Yeah,
And then you can use the retaining wall against the
yep,
wetland there?
yeah, there's a little 18-inch lip there now, and it'll be a few feet when we're done.
that's a good improvement.
Yeah.
so the question is, do you agree that 44 is required? And if we propose 46, we don't need a variance for one spot, because we're going to put 46. You might say, no, you really need 47. So we're either going to ask for a variance of one spot, or if you agree with our calculation of the seasonal adjustment, then we wouldn't ask for a variance if you said 44 is the correct calculation.
Can I keep that? Can I
Yep.
keep that?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's really right there. Well, let me,
Yeah.
that line. If you didn't like the seasonal adjustment, we could show a banked parking space too, and, I mean, maybe this is a finding.
Yeah, no,
I actually think less parking is better for that lot.
The seasonal adjustment doesn't exist in our bylaw, so it was really just a calculation that we come up with. But if it's questionable, then we'll ask for the variance of one spot. It's really less than one spot, it's 0.8 of a spot, but, you round up. And clearly, Wendy's would not propose 46 spots if they thought it was going to cause their customers problem finding parking. They feel, based on the size of this restaurant, that that's enough spots.
We've done this seasonal adjustment in a number of other communities too, where their bylaws don't address seasonal
I don't have a problem with it.
uses.
Did you add it all up and look at it?
Well, I haven't done the math, but the seasonal adjustment makes sense to me. And so the question is, yeah, I think, geez, required 44 sounds good to me. All right, I mean, I don't think it makes a huge amount of difference either way, except for your paperwork, if you do a variance or not.
Okay.
So we're good with 44, so you don't need a variance.
Okay, very good. Then we've got some sign matters. So there's currently a freestanding sign there that's on the,
Before we go any more, what's the current footprint of the building? All right, the current building footprint versus the.
Oh, I can hand out, would it be helpful if I handed out an overlay that has basically that same
Yeah.
thing on it? So that the red is proposed, and then you can make out the existing as dashed. I have enough for all of you.
See that?
So, okay, so in black is the current. What goes through this?
So it's moving back a little bit.
It's essentially the same footprint.
yeah, I think it's about 100 square feet larger maybe, but relatively minor.
Yeah.
That would be easy to pick up. Okay, that's.
And some of the parking
See
is
that
gone
one
because they're
better.
doing, with that is taking, there was parking here,
Yeah,
and they're adding that patio.
and that's the seasonal adjustment.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's,
All right.
So the,
in this climate,
Ready?
yeah.
the freestanding sign that's at the, well, it's sort of the corner where Harvard Road and Bottom Road and right in the circle comes, and that's it's a big Wendy's sign, and it also says, there's a little sign underneath.
Yeah.
Thank
Till
you.
1 a.m. or something.
Oh, open to 1 a.m., yes, yeah.
Yeah.
So that,
I should know that. I know. I feel bad. Jesus.
so that sign itself is not going to be taken down, it's not going to be reconstructed, it is going to be resurfaced, and what I mean by that is, there's a plastic insert
Yeah.
with the lights inside, and that will change. So it's my opinion that since that's the case, we don't even, we could ask you to find that refacing it is not a more detrimental. I mean, we might not even need a finding, but just to, make Gabe comfortable. But I wouldn't be asking for a variance. It doesn't meet the setback requirements of the current bylaw. I mean, if we were taking that down and putting up a whole new sign, new supports, then I think we would ask for a new variance. But since we're only changing the insert, would you agree that a finding, if we ask for a finding, that refacing is not?
I think so. I think the maximum size, freestanding size is 30 square feet. You're at 46.4, but you got away with it. I don't know how you did. I couldn't find it in the paperwork anywhere. So of course, I'm not going to make you take it down.
Would the lighting, the illumination have changed at all?
No, it's still internally illuminated. Right?
Not brighter?
No.
No animations.
Yeah.
No.
I would be fine with that.
Yeah.
That's just refacing.
Fine, it'd be fine.
Then currently, there's two wall signs. So there's a Wendy's sign on the side of the either wall, just below the top roof line, basically.
Could you point on the, where it is?
It's on, it's two, let's see, your sign chart is here, and you're talking about sign 2C, I think.
Yeah.
It says quality service, it doesn't cut corners, is our recipe. And that is located,
Well, actually, that's a proposed one, that's not
Yeah.
there today.
Okay.
So what I'm saying is, existing, there's two wall signs, and we'll have two wall signs in the new building also.
Where are the existing ones?
Well, do we have a picture of the existing building? Probably not. If you picture the side of the building, and,
Which side?
well, one on Barnum, one on Harvard, there's one on
Yeah.
each.
Okay, it's one on
Yeah.
each side, okay.
And at the top, the roof kind of scoops out a
there's a
bit.
picture.
Oh, yeah, okay, so there's,
inside
th-
roof
yep.
that was in vogue at the time.
so
There's
that's,
something similar on the Barnum side.
Yeah,
So-
okay, very good.
Oh, it's on the roof.
Yeah.
Sort of.
yeah, well, it's on the wall, it doesn't exceed the roof line,
Yeah.
so it's a
Right.
wall sign.
Oh, a wall sign?
So we're gonna have two of those on the new building also.
All right.
The thing about the new wall signs is that the wall, and therefore the wall sign, will be higher than 15 feet. So we'd be asking for a variance for that. Again, it's not a roof sign, which isn't allowed in town. It is a wall sign, but since the wall is higher,
Okay,
the sign would be higher.
all right.
I know a couple months ago, there was a new project that had and you guys had an issue with the sign exceeding the 15 feet. In this case, based on the way that it's a wall sign, is there any major concern? And I know you're not committing to vote anyway right tonight, but is there anything that concerns you about that? One of them would be about 18 and a half feet, and the other would be about 24
Okay.
feet,
And what's our bylaw?
15 feet.
15, and one would be, say the numbers again?
18 and a half, and the other would be 24. Now, my opinion is that this isn't how the bylaw reads, but I think the intent probably was freestanding signs that are out by the road that could, be extremely high. And
I don't know, I may have issue with that.
That's pretty tall, yeah. I'd be curious to.
24 feet? I mean, I know it's business, but it's also, that's also a residential area.
Well, and it is, the cemetery is residential, across the street has the condos.
Yeah.
And as I,
24 feet, that's,
well,
What's the height of the roof in this case? How high is
the wall, the
The
wall
top of
goes
the
up.
wall is like 24 and a half, so this is slightly less than 24.
And what's the actual height of the roof of the building? Sorry. What did I gotta assume
I mean, it
18
looks
feet?
nice, I mean, it looks
Yeah,
nice.
17 and a half, 18.
Right, so it's kind of, that's the architectural design of the newer Wendy's buildings,
Yeah.
correct? So, we're not building that wall up just to put a sign there, but if the sign goes there.
Yeah.
What direction does this face?
Oh, right, yeah, I mean, the design, it looks nice.
Is that
Yeah,
on the
what,
bottom?
That's on the
Barnum.
Barnum side, which
So
is,
that's the
Oh, that's
only sign in the
residential
building, is that
That's-
Barnum?
So that's the Barnum, so
Which would I
one
re-
side would face Barnum, and the other side would face the cemetery.
the other one would
Oh, no,
face
yeah,
Harvard.
Where's the other one?
The other one is pretty much facing the rotary.
Yeah, if you were standing in Jarvis's lot looking
Right
over at
here.
Wendy's, that's the Harvard roadside.
And which one would be 24 feet?
24 is here.
Barnum Road,
Barnum Road?
So if you're standing in the Barnum Liquors lot,
that's more commercial, I think, than
Yeah,
residential.
it is, yeah.
But I do see where you're concerned.
Yeah. And then the other one would be 18, and that's the residential side.
And I mean, you can see
well, it's,
the way that they have the architecture set up. If they were to try to limit this to 18, it's blocked by the roof essentially.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, it looks better than.
So
the
where's the
existing
next
building.
sign?
Yeah.
The non-Barnum Road sign?
so that.
I don't think I have that elevation
Oh,
view
No,
with
but
me.
It would be,
So it would be on that
this
side.
portion, which the
They-
condos are down here, so if you're standing out even at the last condo, you're not looking at the building. You might be looking at some of the parking. But so you'd really, So it's not staring at these people right as they come out of the door.
Is that sign also on the heightened part of the building, or is it on the,
So I have a two-dimensional black
is it
and
on
white.
that- So I'm looking at the far end of the building, which would be toward my living.
Yeah,
Oh,
what was
there you
this
go.
other sign go on? Like another wall like that? Oh,
So this is the drive-through side, that's the 18-footer. That's facing, I mean, that's really facing
that's
right out to the
there.
rotary.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, can you pass
It's
that
where-
around?
It's essentially where the drive-through is now,
Sure,
correct?
glad I
The
brought it.
window.
Is that where the drive-through window's still gonna be?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, so that,
There's a lot of signage.
well, and there's
I
currently,
wish,
What? What'd you say?
I wish you'd chosen a different design for this thing. This looks like a 1950 used car lot. You know, this.
It looks
Really?
better on this one.
I thought.
I think it's
know.
tasteful,
For-
honestly, compared to what we
for-
have.
Yeah.
No, compared to what it
Yeah.
has, at least it's less intrusive, but I mean, that's nothing that we can say.
Right.
I think it's fine.
I'm having a little trouble with the height of that
I am
sign
too.
on that wall.
They would never allow such building in the surrounding towns. That would not be in character with the neighborhoods that are 20 years.
But it is in character right there.
But
well, and I think at the Rotary, you could
unfortunately, it is, yes.
Right.
think of the Jarvis signage and,
I think it's
That's-
an improvement, but that's a lot of signage, and I feel like already with the one sign that's 36 feet. Do you know what I mean? Like,
and currently there's 3 signs, so there's 2 wall
Yeah.
signs and the freestanding sign.
yeah.
So would be just replacing those, albeit in this case, because of the architecture of the building, it would be higher than the current sign.
The
And-
drive-through window one, I think looks appropriate. The other one, you know, I think that by saying, we're feeling that the existing freestanding sign, even though it's almost double what our bylaw says it should be, and we're kind of going with the, you know, like, okay, we're just gonna resurface it. I think then to then add on another 20-foot, 24-foot tall sign, it's just a little, my feeling is it's that one
Does that
sign.
bump out serve any other purpose other than hold up that sign?
Yeah, it does. It's, so they have, you know, they're really trying to, I don't have a floor plan with me, but they're really trying to create a better sense of place. You know, they have free Wi-Fi. It's almost like they're trying to mimic a Panera or a Starbucks or a Chipotle.
Yeah.
I mean, that doesn't know my
Right.
taste, but.
Right,
But-
and that
but that-
wall
but
has a
that-
splash
that
impact on the
that
inside.
Wall that the Wendy's sign is on the barn. Does that serve any other function other than that sign?
Yeah.
Or is there something inside of that wall?
It's like a splash wall when you're inside the space too.
It's a
Like,
design element.
It's a design element. It's not, I mean, I hear you. It's, you know, it's definitely the right spot to also locate the sign, but I don't think that drove their design.
Well, I'm trying to look for an excuse to have a sign so high, because if it's an architectural or a engineering element of that building,
Yeah,
like it houses,
Right, you need,
Chimney.
you need it there.
ventilation or you know, things like that. You know, otherwise it's just this big slab that's sticking up there to hold up the sign.
yeah. I can, we can get information on the why for that.
Consideration. But if it has to be, an architectural element of the building, a functional element of the building, other than just to hold up a sign, then we might have to see, well,
And
and there may be some reason for having it up there. Otherwise, it would look a lot more attractive having it on the side of the building.
So-
Lower, instead of having that thing sticking way up there. I mean, you know, if that's the only reason to have your sign there, and the bylaws are on our side not to have that so high, and there's no other good reason to have it there, right? And, you know, I'm kind of,
So we'll get you information on the architectural functionality of that red wall.
that would give us a reason, I suppose, to, you know, to allow the sign to be that high. So so we could say something like that.
If the wall was gonna be there regardless of whether the sign's on it or not, that might have an impact.
Right, if it serves some, yeah, and I'm thinking, you know, somewhere you have to have your heating system and, you know, ventilation and all that stuff has to go out, and it looks like that might be it, but
I think it might be more part of like the snack bar or the condiment section, you know, as well as, but I'm not let me get the real architectural reasons
Yeah, I
and
mean,
significance of having it.
yeah, what's the significance of that?
Yeah.
up there, other than just to be a feature to.
I would,
Design feature,
Is-
yeah, rather than just
Yeah.
design.
I would add, though, I mean, it does seem, reading the bylaw, the table in the bylaw, there's no sign, business sign for commercial, retail, or service use that is higher than 15 feet. That seems pretty clear as an intent in the zoning bylaw. And you're quite a bit taller. Now, yeah, I guess, I mean, we're gonna have to have a good reason, I guess.
All right.
Yeah, right.
The one on the driver's side, drive-up window, probably not as big an issue, it's 18 and a half, all right.
No.
Another question about the sign, both signs. So this has illumination behind the sign?
Yep.
So they're tall letters and, okay. Nothing,
Currently, as I said, there's
super
three,
glaring.
currently, there's 3 signs down there. The bylaw limits 2 for a single-use building, so we'd be proposing a finding for that, you know, the 3 replacing the 3.
That's fine.
Now, there is no real quantity regulation on informational and directional signs, so we believe that the menu board, the entrance and exit signs, and there'd be a thank you board or near the drive-through, and we think those are informational and directional and wouldn't need any kind of relief. Existing down there today, there's the entrance and exit signs. There'd also be, do you have the quality?
Nobody follows,
Yeah, I think it might be on that too, the
Yeah,
quality.
this shows actually
on
the
that,
signage
you
pretty.
know what I mean, right over there?
Yeah.
That's like not
Don't
a good
miss it.
spot,
Yeah.
yeah.
And on the side, there'll be an applique that says the quality is.
Quality services are,
So that's really not an advertisement sign, it doesn't say Wendy's.
Where would you want to say that?
Right here, right over there.
Yeah, right. Like on the building?
yeah, applied to the brick, not illuminated,
Yeah.
just, you know, relatively small. You can't see it from the street, you can only see it when you're walking directly up to the building. Just kind of informational messaging for the,
So we'll touch base with Gabe too, to make sure he
Sure.
agrees, and if he disagrees, then maybe we'll ask for that relief on that.
Okay.
were the 3-wall signs a finding?
Yes, yep. Buffer between general business and residential. Now, the cemetery is considered residential. There isn't much of a buffer there now. As we mentioned, our parking is going to be 1 inch further away, but it still only leaves 6. I was going to suggest a finding for that. Does that sound, since it's already
So I
exists?
think that was, that was covered back in '85. That was, I mean, is there a fence now? Is that what
Yeah.
we're talking about?
Yeah,
Are we talking about keeping the fence or changing it?
keeping it.
Okay. That fence, that is actually on a drawing. It's a very funny drawing, which I think I showed Carly. It's a plot showing the fence and then showing a gravestone and 2 people with flowers at the gravestone. So I think it was given pretty, yeah, it was considered. So I think a finding there is.
Okay. And I think, and then on the, so the drive-through requires a special permit.
Correct.
11.2.1C says that the board can adopt special rules. I don't think Ayer has ever adopted the special rules. I mean, there is in the bylaw, it talks about you can impose certain conditions, but I don't think you have any special set of rules for special permit. I know last time I did one, there wasn't, and I don't imagine.
No, I mean, as far as the drive, I mean, we just did a drive-through for Alliance Gas up the street. That was nothing.
Right, so it's just what I find in the bylaw.
Yes.
No special rules, okay.
Yes.
I think Josh, is there anything else you had on your mind?
I think you got them all. Did we say corner clearance? Was that, yeah, you said setback
For
for
the-
sign, for the freestanding.
For the freestanding, yeah, that'll be just a fine.
Finding.
Well, really appreciate being able to come in informally. I think it's helpful to all of us.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
make the real meeting more productive.
Thank you. Thanks for coming.
Any general questions other than what we've already talked about that we should be aware of?
I think it'll look better.
I think so.
Yeah.
Well, I think those buildings have a certain life expectancy, right? And
Yeah, they've
If you've been into that building, I think you know that.
exceeded the line.
At 1 o'clock.
I mean, Wendy's has a very regimented, maintenance program where at some point, I think it's like 20 years, they say, 20 to 30, they say that's it, we can't keep putting lipstick on it.
yeah. Thank you very much. Have a great night.
All right, next on our agenda, if I can find it. Let's see. Let's see, Mike Kennedy, 67 Groton School Road. Come on down. How you doing?
Can you? Just kind of, I think what everybody else has been doing is trying to get some information. Don't know much about the town. I know the town, but I don't know much about the building aspects of it. I bought,
School Road is where Tiny's.
yeah, it goes to the right towards Groton School.
Yeah.
So I bought a 67, it's a 1.14 acre lot. I was gonna renovate it and sell it, but looking around there's got a lot of tiny lots, so my thought was trying to get a duplex or a triplex on it. It's A2.
All right.
I believe from what I was talking to Gabe. So you can put that there, I believe, or you can,
A duplex, yes. I think it's is it by right? I think it's by right. Hold on just a minute. Two family, and that's a, oh, yeah, okay, yes. Then a, multifamily dwellings or townhouses.
It's A1 or A2, did you say?
Let's see. Okay.
Conversion of a single-family dwelling to a two-family dwelling.
Right.
Permitted uses.
That was conversion.
Converting a single-family dwelling to a two-family dwelling.
Yeah.
That's a conversion.
So not by right.
It's not by right. And townhouses are not permitted. Let's see. Nor are new two-family dwellings, unfortunately. So a conversion of an existing structure to a two-family is a possibility, but to tear it down, I'm not sure if you can replace it with a new two-family dwelling. What do you think?
Take that, yeah, conversion would be allowed. though.
Conversion's allowed,
Yeah.
yep.
Check it again.
So that's pretty straightforward. And now, and my understanding is that's what you were going to propose, tear it down and build a new.
a duplex or I mean, duplex is fine, or a 3-unit, but a duplex would be fine with me.
You can't do that under the existing zoning. You would have to get a. Yeah, you'd have to get a variance.
Permit for conversion.
He's not talking about converting though, because he would want to replace, tear it down.
Just because it's so old, it's,
Right, absolutely. So it is not permitted, so you'd need a variance. And where's this?
Not permitted.
This is right next to Zodiac on the same side
yeah,
of
it's one
Zodiac?
house, there's a house lot, there's a Zodiac
Yep.
Apartments, there's a big land in between with a house on it, then this is the next one. It's been vacant for, I don't know, 6 months anyways.
Okay.
I bought it through a bank.
Okay.
You can essentially use the same footprint. It's possible, I'm not saying it's right, but you essentially use the same footprint and almost tear the whole thing
So that would be a
down
conversion, right?
and convert it to two-family with the same footprint. I don't know, that's a possibility.
That's a possibility.
I'm not saying that's, this, because this is up for open discussion right now, there's not a permit for us. I don't know.
I guess the question is, would we be in the mood to grant relief in terms of overriding our zoning bylaw in this situation? I'm kind of thinking, probably not.
No,
I-
just because we have the bylaws
Yeah, I
to, so that we don't overdevelop. That's the point. I think a conversion, you know, I mean, we allow a conversion,
Mhm.
and if you can build on the same footprint.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm glad to hear that you purchased a property that had been vacated. It's good to hear that it's gonna get rebuilt. That's, you know, that's good news. That's good news. But I also feel like we, you know, if it's no permit, it's no permit.
How much frontage do you have on the street, do you know?
112,
112?
so it meets the 100, and it's like 540 feet deep. It's like a football field, 2 football fields.
That's not an issue. So,
Yeah, you know.
And it's on sewer.
it's, I mean, where is it specified when you reconstruct something, how much of the original structure has to be maintained? Has to be maintained.
I don't think that is
If
specified.
it burns down, then that's something different, that's easy.
Quit
telling
people that.
Yeah, I know, seriously.
I know.
It's spur of
A lot of fires.
I've been on record, you know.
Watch out for voting.
No, I'm not a spark. So, no, but I mean, I just bring that up, you know, if the building is totally destroyed by, let's say it's 4 years. Someone, you know, for fire. But it's essentially building the whole,
Foundation.
by right with the whole, you know, the foundation and just reconstruct something. You
But-
can deal with that footprint.
And just
Do
go
your
up,
two-family and then you
Yeah.
have that.
like a duplex, right?
That would be a finding, right?
Two garden styles.
Yeah, I mean, it says conversion of a single family to a two-family, so it looks like.
And that's by right?
By permit.
By permit.
So it sounds like you
Special
could do a
permit.
two-family.
But it's got to be on the, did a lot of weird things to it, so,
I guess, is it non-conforming?
well, no, it all meets the setbacks and everything, but I'm just not sure if they put foundations in and they just pour slabs.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's, the question was, the original footprint, can I go up on that, even though I would have to pour new foundations to go up on it?
Yeah.
So is that permitted, I guess, or?
There'll be other
Oh, yeah.
foundations around the side.
Yeah, I would be okay with that, so that they're redoing it. You know what I mean? I mean, if it's just.
Yeah, that's the next time we meet.
We're still just talking.
Right, there's no, and that's the other thing too, is
Right.
without the information in front of us, it's tough.
Yeah, but if
seem
you
that
have
that would
a
be
crumbling
reasonable.
foundation,
No, I know.
You need it.
obviously you need a foundation. Does that, you know, I mean.
And I think that would be within a conversion, in my opinion.
It was,
If something's
Yes.
completely rotted out, you need to
You have
replace
to
it.
replace it. So we're sort of thinking, obviously, you know, without having that information, it sounds like that if the foundation is sound, build on it. If it's not, maybe you could, you know, replace the foundation, but within the same footprint, you could go up.
Does the footprint include porches and things like that? I haven't seen it.
There's no porches, like, that's the original footprint. And on the back side, they actually, took an old garage space or something and turned it into an office.
Wait, what?
This is the front here, and this was converted somehow from something, and I know there's no foundation under this part of the building.
It's so small.
It's tiny. It's
Right.
14 or 1,300 square feet, and, you know,
What's the foundation at, you know, is it board, concrete, stone?
it's block.
Okay.
Very old block,
Yep.
newer block, and nothing there.
Yep.
And I don't think when they did this block went below 4 footing. I don't think it's on a footing. I don't think, I mean, I can't go digging because, you know, it's not my level. So, that's, you know,
Oh, you still have an out?
sort of, I lose money if I go out. Which I don't really want to do.
Now, would this structure here be considered part of the original footprint?
It depends on what we say.
Okay, all right.
Does it depend on what they have, what we have on record?
Well, that is our record, that's our record.
Yeah,
Oh, that is our record.
that I grabbed from the town.
So then
here.
that is the footprint, so then,
It's an odd footprint.
what do you mean?
It's an odd footprint. It's odd building, if that's a whole thing's a footprint. But you could do something with it. So you're saying, take this whatever office and include that as part of the footprint, is that what you're saying?
Wait, so what is this versus, I mean,
Well, that's the house in front.
Yeah, this is the road out here,
Yeah.
the driveway's here,
Mhm.
and then this is a, kind of divided in half. This is a kitchen, this is, I think they made it a bedroom, to be honest with you, because there's a closet in there.
Mhm.
And then this is a dining room, family room, and up above it.
Yeah, so I'm saying is this whole thing is the footprint. Right?
It's up to us.
Would we be able to
Like we
take,
get,
Readjust.
since there's so much, you know, essentially,
Tracy.
Take the whole footprint and make it one larger space, is that what you're saying,
Yes.
Ron? Yeah,
I mean,
that's
like
my question as
like
well.
go like that,
take the corners off.
take the corners off.
That's, I don't know.
Again,
I'm
this
gonna
is-
defer on that.
I know.
That's, I'm
It's slippery
gonna
slope.
say,
I
yeah,
know.
not that one. We've done some slippery things in this town.
If you were able to take the existing footprint and do 2 stories and it's.
If you can
It
make it
looks
look like a
it's
conversion.
blocks
My whole
there.
house is 1,400 square feet.
Yeah, well, mine.
It's 2 stories.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Well, the
plenty of space.
Habitat's building a
3 of us will
duplex.
live there, and it's
Yeah.
plenty, I mean, actually 4 of us, so
1,200
it's
square
plenty of
feet.
space.
I think mine's even
Yeah, up
less.
on
So
you.
if you
On
took
Chapel,
that,
Central Ave.
that
Okay.
is, that means that if you, that means that is the whole size of my upstairs and downstairs. It's plenty of living space
Yeah.
for 3 people. And if
But
you
if-
added a second level,
Right,
it
with
would
a
be
second
2
level, yeah.
substantial living.
Yeah.
Well, this
But
actually
Angela-
has a second
Yes.
level, and this is a single level. This is at 3, actually 2 tiny bedrooms, and that's just single.
If you
Yeah.
took this footprint and made that 2 and then reconstructed that, the basic footprint.
Or if you took this footprint and made, you know, 1 level, 1,400 square feet, second level, 1,400 square feet.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's,
Yeah.
on Main Street, there's an example of that over there somewhere. That's doable. So if you can make it look like a conversion,
Yes.
and try to fit 2 units now, and we're just talking about taking the footprints, you don't have to keep the building, as long as you're keeping essentially those dimensions. I think we're open-minded to letting you keep that whole footprint, if that helps. I don't know if it does.
So what you're saying, I can make a duplex out of that on the same foundation, not adding any?
Right.
In the same footprint.
Okay. And if I wanted to add something to get a little more, like, if I wanted to bring just that front out, that would require a variance?
You need a special permit to convert to a 2-family or duplex. And yes, if you wanted anything special, if you wanted special relief, beyond that, yes, you'd have to apply for a variance.
So going If I can do it the way it is, it's just a permit.
It's a special permit. No, you have to come back to this board. It's the same process, a special permit that you have to apply for.
If you want to do the conversion, if you want to keep it as a one-family,
Okay,
I don't think it's anything, is it?
Yeah,
Just
what-
building,
Right,
just a building permit.
yeah.
If you want to convert it to a two-family, it's a special
It's a
permit.
special for this board.
But it would qualify as long as I stay in the footprint. In other words, when I'm kind of new to this, what I don't want to do is go through all the drawings on architectural work, and then you say, there's no way.
Right, we would we'd have no reason to deny you a special permit in this situation.
Okay.
So I think it's pretty safe to say that you can.
Actually, it's not even a special permit.
It's conversion, SPZ for a,
It's just permit. The conversion is just permit.
is it? Are you sure? Yep. Oh, it's A2.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right, thank you. You're right. You would not have to convert a single to a double in A2. It is permitted, it's a permitted use, so all you would have to do in that situation is go back to Gabe and get a building permit.
And I could go, well, I mean,
Could do two, you could do a second level. You could
Second
do
level.
two, you could do
Yep.
two, split level, whatever they call it.
yeah,
Gardens, whatever, garden style.
yeah, one level could be
Yeah.
up, or you
Yeah.
could do a townhouse side by side type thing.
Townhouse, I think it said we couldn't do on A2, right?
You're not going to be able to
You
do
can't do
townhouses.
You can just do
So
a.
upper and bottom is what you
Yeah.
gotta
Yes.
have?
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay, like two
And
on
then-
top, one on bottom,
Yes.
one on top.
yeah.
Okay.
Within that footprint, and then it's just a permit, so that's just a building permit.
Yes. Yes, you could do that by right.
By right.
Okay. All right.
All right.
And then if I wanted to enlarge that footprint, that would be a variance?
That would be a variance.
Yeah, you'd have to come to the board.
And then that requires filing through the paper, somebody can say,
Yes.
we don't want it.
Yes, absolutely.
And if nobody objects to it,
You can still have a board say no.
you can still have a board.
Yes,
Yeah.
we could still say no.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you never, I don't know if there's any wetlands or,
I've walked the property, there isn't, that I know, but who knows?
Yeah, you never know. You never know.
Right.
You
You might have like the three-toed salamander.
yeah, or the
Right?
painted turtle, or,
Yeah. In which case you have to go through some of the other boards. too.
yeah. Okay, I'm just trying to think if there's any other questions I had. Okay, so I have to decide if I want to try the variance, just to get a little more square footage.
And I think the most important thing is here, where I know it sounds like you may still have an out if you do get out of this property, like you said, you lose money, which nobody wants to do.
No.
Right, but I just want to make sure that everybody's in the same boat here, that you'd have to use that same footprint, I mean, regardless. And I drive down Groton School Road, but I don't know the property offhand.
Yeah.
It's just, I know that sometimes, my concern, I guess, is that back structure. Who knows what kind of shape it's in, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
To put the second floor on it.
Well, I'd have to put a new foundation under it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I could use the old on the two-story, but it's only a 6-foot crawl space. I would rather
Have a full basement.
full basement. And would that be allowed, that I could
I don't see why not, yeah.
take the whole foundation out, put the same foundation back in, so I can make it
I think that's fine.
a poured concrete
Yep, absolutely. That's fine.
and a much better,
Yeah, it's an improvement.
yeah, because as I say, I can't believe somebody lived there, to be honest with you, when I walked through it.
Welcome there.
Welcome to our town.
No, I'm through it all the time, but, I was like, yeesh, okay.
All right.
And just, if I decide to go for a variance, it's a 50-50 shot, basically, would you say?
Yeah, you need 4 votes. Normally there are 5 at this table. I can say, Krista, I think, started to express her opinions on whether or not we need additional housing at this location, and so we'll all have our opinions. We come up with something that looks really nice. Maybe you convince us. But it's a variance is a very high hurdle to get over to get a variance.
You have to prove, that
great hardship.
It's a hardship, it's a
Geographic.
financial hardship, it's a geographic hardship,
Mhm.
it's, you know, and you really have to prove that.
Okay. All right.
All right?
Okay. Just a kind of completely side note, I own a landscape contracting and a nursery garden center. In certain towns, like, I'm in Acton, so Acton, Lowell, I always have a bunch of nursery stock left over from year to year. It's not perfect, but a lot of towns will take it, like Narrow Park. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Acton, Narrow Park. And they put it up there for a couple of years, you know, because they have acreage.
Yeah.
But if you ever, like, we're just opening up, so I'm going through my stock and making a, I don't want to say pile, but an area that's got a lot of trees, you know,
Okay.
trees and shrubs. If you guys need any, they're free for the taking.
Right.
You just have to come get them. We'll load them for you. But you can, Lowell's has brought in like tractor trailers at some point. You know, but if you want to put in contact with somebody, I think you have my number, because you,
Yep, absolutely.
you know,
Great.
Yeah, that's great. That might be helpful.
What's the name of it?
Kennedy and Company.
Habitat might need them right now, just said.
That's another thing. That's a great idea. Habitat might take some. Absolutely.
Where they're building houses?
building the-
Yeah. I mean, I prefer to give them to towns, and you, like, town of Wayland's taking some, Stowe,
Sort of a public works project.
you know.
It's charity.
Yeah.
But, you know, they're like, got broken branches here and there, but a couple of years in the ground, they look, you know, really nice, so. And eventually, you know, they go through a chipper, and I'd rather give them to somebody than chip them, because they come in for good use. But if you have a Parks and Rec department or
Right.
highway, that's usually who's interested in it.
Yeah, I'll let the town administrator know for sure.
Yeah, and, you know, probably within the next 3 to 4 weeks, we want to kind of get rid of them. So,
All right.
Great.
But, you know, there's some pretty nice stuff.
Okay, great.
It's just the retail consumer won't buy it,
Right.
you know.
Seconds, yep.
They want it picture perfect. and They aren't. So,
All right, great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
all righty, all right, thank you.
You have a good night.
Thanks for seeing me tonight, too. I know you squeezed me in.
Yeah, no
so-
problem.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Let's see. Announcements. Let's see. Ron, and maybe you also, Sam, did you, Michael, sorry.
No worries.
Did you express interest in the comprehensive plan committee?
I did. Do we have more info on it?
Not much.
Okay.
That
was my big concern.
Nothing will start up before town meeting. Town meeting is
It's May 11th.
May 11th. There'll be monthly meetings after that. I don't have a night.
So the commitment's not.
It's going to be a monthly commitment. And right now there are, let's see, we need 7 folks at large. Carolyn McCreary has volunteered, and Harry Zane, of course.
That's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
And then we'll have, we have to have a designated person from ZBA.
Oh, for historic.
We'll have to have a designated person from ZBA and a designated person from planning. And then there are the at-large. So I encourage you to keep on thinking about it, being interested.
Meeting a month isn't that hard.
Right. I think it's a worthwhile thing. I think it really needs some new heads, some new thoughts, some new opinions. You know, Harry and Carolyn were on the first time around, and they'll be on this time around too, and that's great. But I think we could use some fresh ideas. Let's see. We are looking for 2 alternates for the zoning board of appeals. So if you know anybody, it's
You're on fire today.
it is it's not so bad. This wasn't so bad tonight. A little bit long. We went a little long, but we really do need the alternates just so we can avoid our quorum issues. Anything else? Does anybody else have any? Oh, let's see. The proposed zoning bylaw has been delayed. It's now looking like fall.
Okay.
We lost a planning board member, and he didn't die. He just had to resign. That was Kyle Gordon. He had some family
Is
issues.
that the new?
Yes, the fireman.
Fireman, okay.
Yes, that's.
Oh gosh, how many people do you have now?
Well, the election's coming up, so we will have 4. And then I'm looking for a new
Somebody
planning
step
board
in.
member.
Did
Anybody
someone
want to
step
volunteer
in?
for that?
Did someone step in for Lucchese?
Lucchese was replaced by, it's too late. Let's see.
This is on the ballot, right?
I guess this must be on the ballot.
Oh, no, Jen replaced
Jen replaced
Jim.
Lucchese. That's right, that's right.
So
No, that's not right.
No, right.
Oh, yeah, because they were at the selectmen together.
His spot is open, right?
Yes,
Okay.
yeah.
It's a long day. We're in an interesting position because the way the statute is written, and because we've missed the annual election, the resignation hit us just right. So we're actually going to appoint someone for a whole year until the next annual election.
It's an elected office.
Yes. So we're, which, if you don't want to run for office, that's you want to help out for a year.
It's a big chance. Put all those signs
I
up.
have 5 minutes to relieve my babysitter.
All right.
Okay, all right.
Minutes, I read them.
Oh, minutes.
They were
I
good.
read them. They're fine.
Fine.
Aye.
Okay,
Minutes for that.
and a move.
Who moved it? Hang on.
I'll take-
Ron moved.
I second.
Krista seconded.
Accept the minutes.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. No nays. And I'll entertain a motion to close the meeting.
I motion to close the meeting.
Second.
All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Aye.